Yeah, it really got into a bind. Chamberlain LiftMaster, half horsepower. Is there a model number on this thing? Let's take the, what's it down there? Model number 32, looks like 55M, 3255M. Yeah, what was up there controlling the garage door, that had a bit of a mechanical failure here with the spindle or gear shearing off from the shaft going to the motor, and now no worky whatsoever. So what happens here in the state of Mississippi, I don't know if everybody's garage door openers are this way in a very hot state. Somebody can talk and communicate to me in the comments, laying some things out for me probably better. But I noticed the first year we're in the house that the chain during the summer starts to droop, and you have to come through and tighten it up. And then obviously as it cools off, the chain will tighten up, so you got to loosen it up again, because you don't want that chain to be over loose or over tight coming off of here. And I've unfortunately neglected to tighten it up once it's got pretty droopy this summer, because I've just been busy and preoccupied getting other things done and ignoring some things, and unfortunately that's caused a mechanical failure. So I've ordered a replacement part for this already, hoping I got the right thing. Let me get this inside and take a look at it on the bench, take it apart on there, see how hard it is to replace that. I'll probably remove the cover and the light bulb before I put it on the bench. So yeah, let me get this inside. Okay, so it appears you have 1, 2, 3 screws on the back. Should be able to move this back plate. 1, 2, side panel cover. Unfortunately, I can't take this all the way apart because the hinges are internal to there, so I'll just start taking screws out until I can get the entire internals exposed. Yeah, it really got into a bind. Complete detonation of all that metal, and it's like just a lot of stuff sheared off in here, so grind it away until everything was just no more. And the teeth on that axle are completely destroyed, so got to remove these connectors and then I can break this down some more. All right, so 3 screws on the back plate, actually 3 screws on the front plate as well. I was able to remove everything. 4 screws for the basically the side plates or shell or housing or whatever. And yeah, we've got access now. So for the motor, we got a 65 microfarad 250 volt AC starter capacitor, filter capacitor. I can see that electrolytic going bad over time, probably need to be replaced. Nice little safety cap, probably X2Y2, X1Y2, something or other. Either way, nice cross the line safety cap sitting here at the AC input. As far as the shaft goes, we got what appears to be a little plastic retainer right here in the top that's going to have to get removed. You see this gear. I'm assuming there's a bearing sitting down in there, followed by retaining screws for, there's some kind of spring or something for this gear right here. Obviously it's pretty chewed up. We can see metal bits sitting all inside of it from where things broke on the other side. Following down the shaft, it looks like we have a little C-clamp, a little retainer sitting there that's going to have to get knocked off. And then for this plate, we'll take out these 3 screws there. Now I'm kind of curious, can I get everything pulled through and out with that plate removed, and can I leave this right here, this back plate in? That's my hope, is I can leave that back plate in and just slide up everything through the bottom. But in order to do that, I think I'll have to pop this off first and then work from this upwards, or maybe that downward, and then remove this plate last and pull it through. Little adjustments on the side. Obviously set the depth of these switch is sitting here, and this middle point being the contactor that, you know, controls how far the door goes down and up. So you can see all those gears sitting there. Okay, so I will work on dismantling this probably when the part comes in. I don't feel like doing it now and forgetting the process, so the part should be in a few days, and then I'll work on dismantling it and replacing it. Okay, so I've got the replacement parts in, and it looks like, by the way this piece comes in, that I can just undo these screws, take the top part off, set it out, and put the replacement one in. Now it did come with looks like you can get a little instructional video. Somebody probably be able to clip that out of the video and go to it. I guess they got their own removal and replacement video as well. This can go into let's see, it's like we got a small little cap at the end of this to undo these components right here. You would have to back out the motor mount screws. There are 1, 2, 3 of them. Take this end off, you'd be able to pull all the other off and align up this gear. I'm gonna just save this and clean up the gear and just replace this one. Since the failure was down there, it appears all the damage of the shredded metal bits got to the top of that gear. And then the inner gear there, even though it's dirty, it doesn't look like it's been worn out. Because the thing is once you unmount this motor and you replace these components, you've got to be very careful your alignment of everything in here. Otherwise, these two plastic gears will grind each other into and destroy each other. Basically, you'll end up with a lot of plastic gear shavings at the bottom. All right, so let me get these 3 bolts out, and I think I'll remove this, and hopefully all this slides down. Okay. For the purpose of size, we're 5/16. Yeah, it was just undoing the top there and those 3 screws, and it just falls through. I cleaned up that gear there coming from the shaft of the motor. Got off a lot of that metal shavings off of it, and it looks really good. It doesn't look torn up, it's just dirty. And you can definitely see from the one that sheared off and we removed, you can see how all that metal was ground out of there, and it essentially broke. It's a lot of carnage. Anyhow, so my plan is to kind of get this quasi mounted up with the front and back cover on, not the top cover, because I need to activate it and make sure that those gears don't grind. And I also need to make sure that this this gear at the bottom, the one that takes on the, right here, that takes on the chain that opens and closes the door, is at the I need to make sure it's spinning the right way based upon how my door is. My door is currently closed, so I need to make sure that it's spinning fully counterclockwise. Seems weird how it's facing, because it's be the opposite direction, so it'll be spinning this way, and that's what opens up the door, I think, and then the opposite way is what closes the door. So that's just another thing I have to take care of. So, but let me try to get all this stuff mounted up, and maybe I can come back and talk through that a bit more. Okay, I've got it plugged in. I'm going to just try to use a garage door opener and make sure we don't have super grinding gears. Okay, so it sounds like it needs to go to the opposite direction. Let's see what we can do. All right, so I took these 2 top gears off and then spun this all the way to the other side, and we'll try activating it now. All right, got this propped up. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna pause it right there, get these gears back on, and we'll go again.
That is amazing.
Okay, round 3, top gears back on. I've got the center shaft down at the bottom position. It should move these wings going across up to that top one. So let's see how it does. That should be open. And it just stopped. Or is that opening? I think that's opening.
Yeah.
So this way should be. I don't know why it's not closing now. That's weird. Like it just wants to go in one direction. Okay, I'm thinking it actually would just get stuck in the open position, not come back down, because we didn't have the garage door sensors attached. So I went ahead and got it reinstalled. I got the chain in, and what was that, about an inch or two of deflection. That should be plenty wiggle room. I don't think that's over tight. I think that should be good. I didn't show the dismantling, but here goes the wires reinstalled, and you press these little orange tabs inwards, and then the twisted pair wire going into it comes out. So that's all mounted. And as far as that's concerned, you can see I have it with the teeth down in this position. So it should pull up this way. That means that chain should come to this way, which means the door should open. So we'll give that a try. Suppose first thing I'll do is I'll just, light switch works. And let's see if it goes boom. Well, something did go boom. I forgot my tools on top of that thing. All right, that stopped right there. And let's see if it comes back down. Nope, it doesn't want to come back down, so I got to figure that part out. All right, so I've detached the door from the mechanical mechanism and allowing the chain to move up and down freely without engaging the door, and have been adjusting these two things until when it closes, it lines right up with the mechanism for me to engage. And then when it stops, it's going to stop right about in there. I'll demonstrate it. All right, and I think that will be enough. I'll send it back down to the door and we'll try it out and we'll see what it does. All right, let's try it out. So that's not lifting up high enough. So what I'll end up doing is this one right here, adjusting it back. Oh, that's forward. We'll adjust that back until it's just loose. Just loose. I realize I didn't really get, so it's kind of tight like that. So I adjusted it back until, there it goes tight. I adjusted it back till it was just loose, just barely touching it. Like that, so not separated, but just barely touching it like that. And we'll try it again. So going all the way down perfectly good. I'll keep playing with it until I can get it to come up the right amount. Hey, adjustments made, and I believe we're now high enough for the vehicle to clear the door. So let's run it through the entire thing. There we go, sets down pretty nicely. Bring it back up. There we go. All right, let me come up here and look. Well, I'm going to lube up these parts in here. They all seem to be going pretty well there. Shouldn't be too much of a concern. I can get some lubrication on it, but yeah, there you go. You can do this repair yourself. I don't think I put the part number I bought off of Amazon. I'll put it up somewhere up in the screen here in a second, but yeah, there you have it. So yeah, you can replace that that spindle, the gear up top that's going to pull the chain. So the first time you go to run this afterwards, make sure that this portion is all the way down, door closed, this detached from that, make sure that's all the way at the stop. Make sure that as far as this goes, loosen up that, take this, put it all the way down to the opposite side, the side over here, so that way at first time it opens up the door. You can determine where to get the stop both ways and do that back and forth before you attach the door. That was my big mistake there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get the front faceplate off, the back faceplate off, get the shell on it and get it glued up, but that's pretty much everything. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know by liking it or discussing it there in the comment section. And if you're new to this channel, why don't you consider subscribing? You're already here. I don't understand why you're not. I would say about a good 90% of the people who are repeat watching my channel are not subscribers, and that does not help out for channel growth. So please subscribe. That all being said, thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye. Bark.